Hi, this is Ann Boyd. I'm the program director for the Biomedical Science program at Hood College. I want to welcome you to this program and reassure you that we have good advisors, good instructors, and good opportunities waiting for you. So whether your goal is to go to medical school, dental school, work in pharma, or be a research scientist, I hope that you will take full advantage of the professional opportunities that await you. Welcome to Hood. The two figures on this slide represent some research that I have done over the years. To the right is a picture of the HIV virus. I am a virologist and teach the virology courses. On the left is an antisense synthetic molecule in yellow that invades a double strand of DNA. Now, I hope that those two examples of research by myself at least fall somewhere within your interest. So after you look at these slides, you'll understand the program better, our learning outcomes and goals, and appreciate some of how that program aligns with graduate school core outcomes, and be able to look at our electives in the courses catalog and see which of those electives you really want to take, and we'll be glad as advisors and as the program director to help you schedule a course of study according to your needs. So there are, in fact, some rather interesting opportunities in area laboratories around Frederick, Maryland, and I'll talk about those a little bit later. Our four major goals for the biomedical science program are: first, to gain a comprehensive knowledge of fundamental concepts in biomedicine. The professor who teaches cell structure and function says it's all about the cell. The professor who teaches molecular genetics says it's all about the DNA. And the one that teaches protein biochemistry says it's all about proteins. So you can see that these are very fundamental concepts and would lay a good foundation. In addition, there are large data sets that you'll be able to get into, extract data from, analyze, and be familiar and comfortable with the technology required to do so. The ability to design scientific studies, to analyze and interpret data, that's what we're all about as scientists. Now, it's not to say that everybody's career is going to be a research foundation in research and development, original research, but it may be the case. But whatever your practice, be it medicine or dentistry or pharmacology, you need to understand how we know what we claim to know. Third, we want you to be able to effectively communicate complex scientific topics to a professional audience in both writing and orally. And finally, we want you to master some technical skills that are used in experiments and know when they are appropriate to fit a research goal. How do those align with the graduate school's core values and outcomes? Well, you've seen that we touched on communication and research, critical reasoning, that's analysis of data and being able to critique a project, problem solving. This would be wonderful to do in groups, and sometimes individuals also need to be able to work out a conflicting data situation, or solve a genetics problem, or design something in order to resolve two alternative hypotheses. Diversity, it's good to see people coming from different countries, parts of the U.S. and foreign countries as well. We have a mix of men and women, people of various ethnicities, different cultures, and it's wonderful because we get a diverse set of ideas. We share some of our background, what contributes to our chosen discipline or profession. And then lastly, we want you to be a master of science in biomedical science, so that you will engage in those aspects in your culture and ours, for our world, a shared planet that will lead us forward for the benefit of mankind. So if you were part-time, there are 33 credits in the master's degree. 4 courses are required: 511, 523, 524, and 537. Everybody must take that. You might take 1 course a semester as a part-time enrollee. You might take 2. I've laid out a scenario where 2 by 2, you take your foundation courses the first year in semester 1 and 2. And then in the second year, you choose 4 electives, 2 each semester. And then in the 5th semester, 1 or 2 electives, depending on whether you're going to do non-thesis track or thesis. The thesis counts 6 credits. So that would mean you had 27 other credits to accumulate with a 3.0 GPA. And 12 of those 27 are the foundation courses that are required. If you choose a non-thesis option, that's perfectly fine. You would take 1 additional elective and the capstone seminar, in which you write a project that you would like to do, how you would do it, and you make a oral presentation and a poster presentation to the faculty. It's all done in 1 semester. So in that scenario, you would be able to complete your degree within 3 years. If you're full-time, still, it's 33 credit degree, so you would take 3 courses a semester. Now, on the previous slide, I showed in first semester, if when reviewing your background, there seemed to be gaps in your knowledge of cell biology, organic chemistry, or genetics, then you were flagged to take BMS 501. If that is your case, then you must add that to semester 1. And then you would take one of the other required courses, 523 or 511, and maybe the lab course as an elective, recombinant DNA 534, or maybe science and ethics, how to conduct yourself for a good and successful career in all facets of biomedicine 542. In the second semester, you'd take 2 foundation courses, 524, 535, and then 1 elective. And the 2 I've listed here is a lab course, 535, gene transfer, and 528, immunology. And then in the third semester, you would also select 3 electives. The ones I've listed are virology, molecular immunology, and special topics, 590. In semester 4, EMS 540 is cancer biology, and then the capstone 571 if you're non-thesis. If you do the thesis, that's 6 credits, so no additional elective is necessary, and you can see clearly from this that you can complete a degree full-time in 2 years. In the summer, we do offer 1 or 2 courses every year. Those go by very quickly, so it's a 6-week term, and we meet twice a week. We also have the possibility of internships with research mentors in one of the area laboratories during the summer. It can also happen during the semester. I recommend strongly that you work with your advisor to best select the electives you take based on your career goals. So in the example given, I named 4 required courses. Everything else can be selected according to your future career. Now, uniquely, we are situated in one of the prime areas for research in biomedical science. We have biotech companies, pharma companies. The National Institute of Health has a major research program at Fort Detrick, and the NIH itself is only down the road 35 miles in Bethesda, Maryland. United States Army Research and Infectious Disease Laboratory carries out a lot of primary research on emergent viruses such as this new SARS-CoV-2 and Ebola and dengue and other interesting viruses. They also work on bacteria, so I shouldn't only highlight the viruses, but I'm a virologist. Internships are competitive, but they offer an enrichment opportunity to do research with some of the world's leading scientists. Students in the program have different career goals. Some are interested in research careers, others in medical professions. So again, I reiterate, help can be had with your advisor in careful consultation. You're also welcome to run questions past me anytime. That would be helpful. So I want to give you two examples of recent graduates and what they're doing. Aurelia graduated last May. Her thesis was identification of the HIV provirus as originating from cellular proliferation infection of common ancestor. And by this, it just simply means that this is trying to find out whether the virus infects multiple cells and then reactivates later when the person either fails to stay on the antiviral drugs or for some other reason has failure to restrict the virus replication. She finished this degree and applied to and was accepted in a couple of PhD programs in our area. She begins her PhD at Catholic University in the fall. Jose Sanchez graduated the year before in 2019. His thesis was thermal denaturation refolding of carbohydrate binding modules to improve enzyme recycling in a lignocellulose biorefinery. He did that with Dr. Laufer in our department. He works at the National Lab on Cancer Research. Now, two of our recent students are applying to dental school, in the case of Brianna James, and Undine is applying to medical school. So they chose the non-thesis track. Brianna did a little project called the relationship of microRNA 503 and the baculoviral IAP repeat containing 5 genes in ovarian cancer, and she, as I said, is applying to dental school. Undine's project was investigating the role of ATF6 in ER stress in an in vitro model of Alzheimer's disease, and she is applying to medical school. So I hope that those two examples will give you a flavor of what students in this program are doing and have done.
Welcome to Hood. My name is Sabrina and I'm in the Biomedical Science program. I'm also a lab technician and soldier at Fort Detrick. Right now I'm working on my thesis project at the U.S. Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious Diseases, or USAMRIC. I study surrogate strains of the bacterium Francisella tularensis, which causes the disease tularemia. Specifically, we're interested in peptidoglycan, which makes up the cell wall of bacteria. The enzymes making up the structure haven't been characterized in Francisella, and we hope that these enzymes will serve as targets for new antibiotics.